What's up guys, it's Justin here, and today I've got my living room setup tour. So this is something that I just finished putting together a couple days ago, and I've been moved in for about 4 months now, but I just didn't really get around to the living room because I just don't have time to watch TV. I had the couch and rug a while back. I also switched TVs a couple times, a few TV mounts as well, and also had to find a media cabinet, but I finally have everything together and I think it's ready to go. This is actually my first time doing a living room, and although there wasn't too much planning to do, I mean the TV goes where it goes and then there's furniture, my intention was to have it as minimalist and comfortable as possible. When it came to the couch, there was no doubt that I wanted to have a fabric and gray color scheme because with leather, for example, it tends to crease and stuff over time and I just can't stand that. And the rug is definitely something that I had troubles finding, but I ended up finding one that I think looked pretty comfortable and I think it looks decent as well, so I ended up going with it. There's also a ton of natural light coming into this room, which is good and bad because it does reflect a lot on the TV, but otherwise provides for a very comfortable experience. As always, I'm going to leave a link down to everything in the description section below, including the furniture, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. I also have a couple home theater streamers to give away to you guys, so all you have to do to enter is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave a like on this video, and also drop a comment down below letting me know your favorite part of the living room, and I'll announce a winner in the comment section at 2,000 likes. Beginning with the TV, the one that I bought was a Samsung QLED 55-inch 4K HDR TV for 2017, and a couple of the deciding factors that went into it was because the TV was very thin and uniform, so it mounted on the wall very nicely. It also has the one connect port, meaning only one cable comes out of the TV and it goes to an external hub. And of course, being a TV, picture quality was very important, and this is 4K HDR, so it is also future-proof. The colors are very vibrant, and I originally bought an OLED TV and had it in the space for a couple weeks, but the reason why I returned it was because it just didn't mount on the wall that nicely, and it also isn't as bright, and being a very bright space in the corner suite, I needed something that was as bright as possible so there was no reflections. So that is a Samsung 55-inch QLED TV. The way the space was set up for cable management was perfect because there is 2 ports on the back as well as a funnel that allows you to have the one connect cable run to the media stand. So there was no visible cables whatsoever, and the TV mount does mount pretty close to the wall, which was something that I really wanted. Additionally, if I'm sitting at the dining table, I can also swivel over the TV, so that is nice. Finding a media stand was definitely something that wasn't easy because you had to find something that fits nicely within that gap, but also looked great in the space. I found this one on StructTube, and it is meant to be a dresser for a bedroom, but it does fit in this gap. It also has a white color scheme, which I really liked, and the way I assembled it was I did not install the back panels, that way the wires can come through. So the top drawer kind of just carries the miscellaneous stuff and the remotes, whereas the middle drawer has my cable box, the Nvidia Shield, and also the Xbox One X. There's still about 2 to 3 inches of space in the back that gives it enough space for the Xbox One to breathe. On the bottom, the Samsung TVs do have the one connect port, meaning one cable goes to the TV and you kind of have an I/O that is external from the TV, which I really like. That made my life so much easier when it came to connecting HDMI cables as opposed to having to fish each cable through the wall to the TV. On the top of the dresser, I just have some charging cables that are anchored so I can charge my remotes when I'm not using them. I have to say I'm pretty happy with the way the living room turned out. It is very comfortable. The couch looks good, but I actually found a nicer one afterwards, but too late now. The TV is perfectly mounted center finally, which was actually more difficult than I thought it would be. I honestly feel like I have like zero time to go to my living room, turn on the TV, and sit down and watch TV for hours, so I kind of just go to the space to occasionally do homework because it's quieter. But I am trying to use it much more now that I have the Xbox One X and the Nvidia Shield hooked up and that everything is now set up. Otherwise, I find myself using the bedroom TV quite a bit. So the main media streamer that I have in this living room is the Nvidia Shield 4K HDR capable streamer, but also can game as well. I personally like to have dedicated media streamers, and I've had the Apple TV before, but I actually never used it. I had the previous generation Nvidia Shield as well and really liked it. It has an Nvidia Tegra X1 processor and 3 gigs of RAM, so it is the most powerful 4K media streamer out there. It's overall very small and low profile, so fits into one of the drawers very nicely. The controller used for gaming and navigating the UI is also pretty nice as well, and I found it to be very comfortable. The Nvidia Shield is powered by Android TV, so you have access to the entire Google Play Store for renting movies, downloading apps, and also games. But of course, some other places that you can stream 4K HDR is YouTube and also Netflix. Playing Android games on the Nvidia Shield was a great experience, especially with the controller, and overall the graphics looked pretty good and I didn't notice any lag whatsoever. So if you want to use this for casual gaming in a 4K setup even, then this definitely works pretty nicely, and I'm sure a lot of kids will enjoy that. The Shield is also Nvidia GeForce compatible, which allows you to play games through the cloud including Tomb Raider, Borderlands 2, and also some other games that you may play on your PC. One last thing is that there is also Google Assistant built in, so you do have voice controls on the Nvidia Shield for your smart home, but also the media streamer. The gaming console that I have in the living room is the Xbox One X, so a huge thanks to Microsoft for gifting that and a ton of games, and I think it's a great complement to the living room. The TV that I have is 4K HDR compatible, and a lot of games are optimized to be able to take advantage of 4K HDR TVs through the Xbox One X. I also have a PS4 Pro that I've had for a while now to play NHL and stuff that is over in my bedroom setup that you guys might have seen, but I've loved having the Xbox One X in the living room, and one of my favorite games by far is Forza for the Xbox. As you guys can probably tell, I'm definitely not the best at it, but it's just one of those games that you partially play for the graphics experience as it takes advantage of the console. When I originally bought the Xbox One when it first came out, one of the first games that I got was Forza, so once again I decided to try that out first on the Xbox One X, and you can just see here it looks incredible. The amount of detail, environment, and graphics capability that goes into this game is just something that I can't describe. It almost looks real, and I definitely want to check out some other games that are also optimized for the Xbox One X, including Assassin's Creed. I definitely don't get to play this as much as I would like to, but I definitely enjoy having the Xbox One X in the living room. So as kind of a nighttime theme, one of the things that I do have in the space is a popcorn maker. It was on sale and I thought it just looked really good, so I decided to pick one up, and I think it really adds to the space. I don't really know if I want to be making popcorn in my apartment yet because it's probably going to smell like that for a couple weeks, but for now it is a great prop and looks awesome in my opinion. Even though I'm really into the modern look, I still do appreciate a retro look here and there, so I decided this would be a great complement. As for lights, this is the IKEA Dudero, and I do have a number of these which you guys might have seen in my office and also my bedroom. They're cheap, they're temporary, and I do have some Philips Hue bulbs in there that kind of illuminate the space with color. I really do like to have the flexibility of being able to change the color at any time, even though for the most part I do have it set to the same setting, which was kind of a pink on top and blue on the bottom. The fireplace is definitely something that I'm not a big fan of in terms of the amount of space it takes up, but at night it does kind of add to the effect, and it's nice that it is electric because I always forget to turn it off. But otherwise, this living room should totally be used for watching TV and stuff, but I find myself using it the most just to chill out, sit down, get some work done. I do have my Pixelbook that I use for a lot of web browsing. And a lot of times the reason why I decide to work in my living room as opposed to the office is because the office has a lot of tech just sitting around and I get distracted very easily. So if I want to, I'll just take my computer over to the living room and just sit quietly there. For studying especially, or doing some very admin work that I just need to focus and get done, this is a great space to do it. I also occasionally just grab a blanket and just lie on the couch, chill out. This blanket was stolen from my parents' house, by the way. I also have this Dyson heater, cooler, and purifier, which just comes in really handy because the living room seems to always be either too hot or too cold. The windows do surround the entire corner, so it essentially kind of amplifies the temperature that it is outside, so in the winter especially, the living room is just freezing cold. This Dyson all-in-one also saved my ass when my heating system completely broke a couple weeks ago and it was like 4 degrees outside. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my living room tour, and I just tried to keep it as simple as possible because the more things you add in an open space like the dining, kitchen, and living room, it just makes a whole space feel much smaller. From the start, I knew I wanted to have a sectional couch that spanned the entire living room, even though I'm the only one living there and sitting there. And I was originally going to add a coffee table as well, but I decided that just might be too much. On the tech side of things, I'm pretty happy with the TV. The Samsung QLED looks really good, and so does the SUHD in my bedroom. I don't have any sound system currently, and the TV sound is loud enough for my liking, but I might be looking into getting like a wireless sound system to put behind the TV to enhance that experience, and I also want to get an Apple HomePod when that becomes available. Otherwise, the Nvidia Shield and Xbox One X are both 4K HDR compatible, which is really good, but I still want to see more content come out in 4K HDR to fully take advantage of this experience. And this has been the third video of the entire apartment tour kind of series where I did my bedroom, the office, now the living room, and I might also do a storage room tour as well before doing the official full tour. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed this video and drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.